habits you created to survive will no longer help you when it's time to thrive. Let's break that down. Hey, my name is Nasra. I'm a certified mind-body connection coach and a licensed hypnotherapist. And here is where you learn how to reconnect with your internet. So in order to thrive in your life, you have to let go of some habits that you created in survival mode. But it's not just the habits that we have to let go, it's also people, environments, but most importantly, the version of yourself in survival mode. Now, when I first started thinking about that concept, it was kind of triggering to me because I felt like I was abandoning a version of myself that really helped me get through that difficult time, right? That traumatic experience, whatever it is, fill in the blank. When I started digging deeper and deeper into the concept of letting go of that version of yourself, I realized that version of myself was never meant to stay. First, let me say, if you're resisting that concept, it is perfectly normal, especially if that version of yourself has been protecting and guiding you through life. I will dare say that it's probably that version of yourself that is fighting this message right now. Not because he or she doesn't want the best for you, simply because the environment still doesn't feel safe to them. And that's where you come in. Here's why this is so damn hard but necessary. The version of yourself that got you through that difficult situation, and maybe that difficult situation has been your entire life, was probably the only person in your life that was relentless about you surviving and your well-being. Just thinking about it, you probably wouldn't have been able to make it through that situation if it wasn't for that version of yourself. However, new levels and new chapters in your life require new versions of yourself. The truth is that he or she was never meant to stay. Their main purpose was for you to survive. So what's so bad about that? Living in a state of survival is extremely stressful to our mind and body because it requires all of our energy and attention and focus on this one thing, which is to survive. The crazy part is we get used to that state. We think feeling on edge and constantly fighting for our life is normal because maybe we've never even experienced ease and flow, or we've completely forgotten what that feels like. Not only do I love quotes, but I also love me a good metaphor. And one of the metaphors for this particular thing is pruning. So if you are a plant mama or a plant papa, I will tell you right now, pruning is essential for your plant to grow. Look at this. This was my fiddle leaf tree. This is my fiddle leaf tree now, in water, in a new environment. If you're pruning your plant or your trees, you are actually removing the energy from the tree that is going into a part of the plant that is no longer either alive or is not growing, it's stagnant. Removing that stagnant branch is actually going to allow the tree and send the energy and everything that it needs into the rest of the tree and promote new growth. That is very similar to what's happening when you are stepping out of survival mode into a new chapter of your life. You will have to prune people, habits, environments that keep you stagnant in a certain place. That doesn't make the people or the version of yourself bad. You're trying to experience a different life of what you experienced during survival and maybe even before that. Now, if that's not you, if you do not want a different life, click out of this video right now because this is not for you. But if that is you and you are living in survival mode, constantly stressed about what could go wrong. How is this person going to hurt me? I can't be calm and relaxed because at any moment the rug will be pulled from under me. Then this video is for you. The irony of survival mode is that you can't stay there long term. It will eventually drain the life force out of you. And the stress will affect your mind and body. You're constantly existing in a space of skepticism and ready to battle. You may be consciously or subconsciously expecting worst case scenario and for the shoe to drop. Instead, expecting the best of what life has to offer and knowing but not focusing on the fact that you are more than capable of handling the worst case scenario should it ever come. There's a huge difference between the two. So how do you move from one state to the other? First and foremost, you give that version of yourself permission to retreat. You assure them that the fight is over and that you are safe. Allow them to rest. Here's another quote. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer. You're not actually abandoning that version of yourself. You are honoring and thanking them by letting them know they won the battle for you. And now it's time for you to embark on a new adventure, a new version of yourself. A version of yourself that expects the very best life has to offer. A version of yourself that sets boundaries. Because you've experienced certain things in your life, you know what you will tolerate and what you will not. Now this takes practice. You're not just going to step out of survival mode and into a new version of yourself. Just like the fighter version of you had to learn how to fight, fall, and get back up again, you will learn how to stand in your truth. Not allow certain people to come and drain the life force out of you. This doesn't mean life is going to be perfect. There will be other battles to fight. There will be other mountains to climb. The only time I will encourage you to look back is to see how far you've come. When you are trying to create a new version of yourself, you have permission to look back and recognize what you have gone through, the battles you have been able to fight, the things you have been able to overcome. Remind yourself of that version. Because here's the truth. Letting go of the survival version of yourself doesn't mean that that version can't come back. Whenever you need them, you will be able to tap into that. But now we're creating a new life. Leave a comment thanking that version of yourself for everything they have done and giving them permission to retreat. And in that same comment, let me know what life are you creating for yourself now, thanks to them. What are you letting go of? Or maybe who are you letting go of? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to know how to work with me one-on-one, the information will be in the caption. I am also hosting my annual group coaching program beginning September 1st of 2023. And let me tell you, you do not want to miss that one. One-on-one coaching is powerful. But group coaching, it really shows you what other people are going through, and it makes you feel less alone in the process. As humans, we are communal. We need each other. It is not only the most affordable way to work with me, but it is also my favorite way. And if you sign up for my email list, you will get 20% off. Thank you for listening. My name is Nasra, your certified mind-body connection coach and licensed hypnotherapist. And this is where you learn how to reconnect with your internet. Hey, real quick. Although I have posted some YouTube videos in the past, this will actually be the first episode of my Soul Wanderlust podcast. If you ever read the book, The War of Art, you're probably familiar with the concept of resistance. Whenever you're doing something that is out of your comfort zone, naturally there will be some universal resistance. It is here to test you. And of course today, my wireless microphone was not charged. And I quickly wanted to give up and say, I'll just do it tomorrow. So if the audio is bothering you, I apologize. Next time, the mic will be charged. I hope you still enjoy the episode. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep the name for the podcast to be Soul Wanderlust, but I didn't want that to be the reason why I am not recording my first episode. So for now, it's Soul Wanderlust. And if it resonates, make sure to let me know.